subjects. It's yours too, because our way is superior to others.
Caution, Commander. Omnipresent high voltage detected.
Oh there. Approach the gate and identify yourself if you're looking for access. Well, of all the improbable sights I'd never imagined to actually see, folks simply wandering around the Badlands of Praetor would be near the top of that list. I've not the mind to solve the equation that demonstrates how unlikely it is you've survived enemy combatants, hostile critters, and endless lightning in near equal measure. Is that so? Amusingly enough, I'm inclined to believe you, which means you might be just the help Exemplar Simon's been waiting for. The grounding station was built to help manage and offset the lightning that illuminates the sky and scorches the ground without pause or penance. They also used the station for a number of experiments that they ultimately lacked the capacity to complete, but suffice it to say, we far exceeded those limitations. Nevertheless, the Exemplar is in need of help to complete his research, and our small squad lacks the manpower to provide it. But you might be the universal variable we've been waiting for. He is in the lab atop the hydraulicalized lift. Ironically, the lift was struck by lightning while the station was being reset and is stuck in its raised position. There is a trail that leads to the top. Just mind the jump onto the platform, and don't touch anything glowing, sparking, or obviously shedding lightning on your way there. And given the situation we find ourselves in, I'll be leaving the gate charged unless you're ready to pass through it. Just approach, and I'll power it down for you. Are you going to be a problem? Because should you ever need to exit the station, just approach the gate, and I can open it for you.
Greetings, unaffiliated individual? Could you be a freelancer? A gun for hire? Might you be interested in a job involving the removal of dangerous creatures? Of course. I've heard stories from the frontline combat personnel about people of your persuasion. Living in dangerous conditions, no POPs, and not adhering to the equation. It all sounds so exciting. Maybe I should have an impromptu excursion. No. Remember your duties to the Order, Fitzgibbons. Phenomenal! This is the most exciting day in my recent memory. Tell me, would you be willing to help us with a pest problem? Very well. There's a cave directly southeast of our position, positively infested with raptidons. If you exterminate the lot of them, I'll upgrade your basic entry permissions to allow for purchase of our surplus of supplies. Oh, this is so exciting. I can feel the rate of my blood flow increasing. You've returned. Are the raptidons vanquished? Have you completed the job? We shall be here, unraveling the mysteries of the universe.
I'm here to maintain security, not to teach you remedial calculus.
You have a very non-scholarly look about you.
I understand the strategic value of holding this station, but the odds of a handful of us repelling a full-scale attack is highly dubious. It is
Conversation
fortunate our
is
enemies
not
fear these
possible
lightning
at
towers
this
losing
or
control of the
any
skies,
time.
or they wish to murder us in our sleep. Turrets just went offline again. We need to get them back up before someone dances through our defenses like they're waltzing on half and quarter measures. I understand the strategic value of holding this station, but the odds of a handful of us repelling a full-scale attack is highly dubious. It is fortunate our enemies fear these lightning towers losing control of the skies more than they wish to murder us in our sleep.
Have an intellectually stimulating day.
Show your work or shove off. I am at my wit's end with that damn protectorate safe. If you can open it, whatever's inside is yours. I'll wash my hands of it.
So, you're the mysterious individual that's caused such a stir across Arcadia? Well, it is my sincerest of pleasures to meet you. I am Exemplar Simon, head of research at this station. Please consider me your personal conduit to this meager, yet profound portion of the universal equation. How may I be of service? Originally, the Protectorate designed this facility to control those grounding towers, which are the only thing keeping Praetor's ceaseless lightning from turning us all into ash. And to be sure, that is the only reason Anti or the Protectorate haven't taken this place by force. They are rightly terrified of what happens if this station goes offline. However, neglect during this conflict led to Axon's shorting at 5 of the towers, causing gross misalignment. If they aren't realigned, the failures will catastrophically cascade. Prior to being driven from this facility, the Protectorate was exploring lightning-powered explosives. The concept was clearly beyond them, but I have already solved their errors. So with each tower you align, I can produce a batch of the explosives they theorized, and I would happily share them with you. Indeed. When aligned, each tower fills a capacitor I've modified, which provides me with enough electrical accumulation to fabricate a handful of these explosives. Unfortunately, the capacitors are only able to hold the charge for mere moments before failing catastrophically. Thus, I'm limited in production by the 5 capacitors that remain. So, for each tower you align, I am able to fabricate a handful of these electron explosives, the sum of which I shall share with you. That is fantastic news. I'll begin fabrication as soon as you've aligned each tower, and so I shall have the explosives ready for you upon your return. Our intrepid Pathfinder returns. Do you have the recalibration news I've been breathlessly awaiting? Sadly, there's little more I can share. They are obvious to see around this region of Praetor, but I've no good clue as to what may impede your progress at each location. We are simply too short on manpower to explore the towers ourselves, else we would have fixed them ages ago. Nevertheless, it may please you to know that my work correcting the Protectorate's research continues to improve, so it is possible I may have more good news upon your completion. Our intrepid Pathfinder returns. Do you have... Nevertheless, it may please you to know that my work...
protocols ready.
Look sharp. It's a fight.
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Recharged for mayhem.
You've returned. Are the Raptidons vanquished? Have you completed the job? Oh, incredible. Then, as the prime requisitionist currently at this station, I confer to you upgraded permissions that allow for surplus supply purchases. You're back. Do you require additional supplies for further jobs and adventuring? We shall be here, unraveling the mysteries of the universe.
Cause trouble and I will school you, chapter and verse.
You're about to enter territory controlled by Auntie's choice. Act accordingly, or you'll end up as close friends with the inside of a Raptidon.
Just want to say I'm a big fan of your work.
If you have business with Commander Purcell, I suggest you get to it. He doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Keep it up and we'll name a vodka flavor after you.
You there. You came from outside the camp, didn't you? Do you have a minute to take a job? For science, of course. Interested in work? Or was the allure of helping to advance science and being paid for it too much to resist? I'll get right to it then. I need someone to bring me a Gorvid egg. I'm a head biological researcher doing some fascinating and mighty important work with Gorvids. I sent my assistant off to the north with a tracking device, hoping he'd lay hands on a Gorvid egg. I desperately need that egg for my research. Could you bring me one? Oh, and bring back my assistant, too, if you find him with all his pieces still stuck together. He ain't much good for assisting in research if he's all torn up. Sound reasonable? Which of my assorted critters would you like to know about? We've got quite a pile of them here on Praetor. Excellent hunters, trackers, and shock troops. Extremely loyal, now that we have them on an all-meaty roll-ups diet. We tried them, and they were devastating for all of 12 hours. Then we found out the hard way that they're attracted to lightning, which I claim credit for discovering. Once all the queens got zapped, that was about it. There's no more real hives now, just a few wasps left in the mountains. Gorvids are absolutely fascinating. A sort of simian-avian hybrid, extremely deadly. Absolutely incredible physiology. I can't wait to have an egg. The thought of being the first person to catalog the process makes me positively giddy with excitement. The profits from my next few papers are going to be incredible. Guilty as charged. My job is studying which critters we can use to fight the Protectorate here on Praetor. Right now it's mostly raptidons, which I'd be more than happy to talk on at length if you've an interest. Excellent. Which ones? Something else then? I sent him off with a tracking device to find a Gorvid egg. He might be out of his depth. Can you find him and bring him and the egg, or at least the egg, back for me? Almost definitely a lethal encounter with a Gorvid, ending in brutal dismemberment. That's what happened to my other 5 assistants. We found signs of Gorvid activity. I sent him off in hopes he could put a tracker on a Gorvid, then we could follow it back to its nest. Should be just north from here. I know. You're absolutely right. I should have held one back to do all the grunt work. Now I have to take apart my own research station. What was I thinking? Something else then? Ask away. A little free information is a small price to pay. Excellent question. There is some special process inside the egg that happens just before hatching. I need to watch this in a lab, then swoop in at the last second and dissect it. Some bits? A rather unique weapon from my time in the projectile weapon division of the biological weapons team, and most importantly, a mention in my next paper. Do they have chickens where you're from? Gorvids and chickens are very alike, except Gorvids are big, strong as an automech, absolutely deadly, and will happily murder you given a chance. Likely still tasty, though. Something else, then? Thank you! I can hardly wait to get started on that egg.
Wrangling raptidons may seem a mite dangerous, but it's a far safer endeavor than being one of Tedford's research assistants.
safari across the Arcadia system, helping everyone to members of the board tap into each planet's zoological activity. I focus on a different species to tell you the risks. Now this is top shelf magic.
Could sure use a few more contractors like you on the payroll.
Do not eat. That should go without saying.
Not a lot of unfamiliar visages this side of Praetor. Our surplus is available for purchase if you're in need of something. More than happy to oblige.
I'm liking the enthusiasm you're bringing to the table.
Stop that scrounging around.
You know, I reckon half the corpses in here end up as Raptidon, Qiao.
Yes, and?
I spent some time as a Raptidon training assistant. If I get my final severance pay in this war, will one of the Raptidons I trained eat me?
Boyd, stop! I don't want to listen to you jaw about this.
Well, maybe it'll be Ripper. Or little Jumpy.
Stop! It's the hot shot for hire from the wireless.
I've heard of this. A strike. Workers strike their employer to death. Sounds cathartic.
No more bottles on factory floors!
Keep the chanting
Time
going!
for
I can see the
unlocked
officer in
bathroom
the
doors!
office! And we're definitely making her miserable!
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days! If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulating! There's no rest and no downtime! We shouldn't pay for a treat at a time! We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for a treat at a time! No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors! If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates!
Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? Really shores up the foundation of your fundamentals.
Have a profitable day.
You seem like a go-getter. Let's
Working
consume
hard
lunch
or hardly
sometime.
working? That's rhetorical. Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? Really shores up the foundation of your fundamentals.
You look unfortified. Getting enough emulsifiers in your diet? Sorry. Time is bits. Bits is time. Or
Working hard or
hours.
hardly working?
That's rhetorical.
guess. The whole reason we set up here is to avoid customers. Is there something you need? See that repackaging facility down there? We're supposed to be working it, slaving away for a few meager bits that we then gotta use to pay for our own necessities. They work us like cysty pigs, charge us for the stems we need to yoke those hours, and don't let us relieve ourselves but in empty fizzy tea bottles we keep beneath our stations. So, we're making trouble until that changes. Until we get some respect. Until the privy is left open all day. Can't imagine what. Ain't like you could fix all of Auntie's Choice's hierarchy by your own self. I don't think you could even change this one dumpish overseer ruining our lives. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Making us money, friend.
Workers are too rowdy. Door stays shut for now.
Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause? We're causing trouble. We just found out that we're basically slave labor. And now we're learning to stand up for ourselves. Dunbar, one of our level 3 packers, explained it to us. He's got a new coiffured friend who's helped us understand the workers' plight of, our politeness or something. No, we need someone who's been given some authority by Auntie to come make sense of this mess. Until then, I think we're stuck just pelting Greg's office window with our refuse. That's right, folks. Keep it chanting. If you're here to picket, we'd love to have you join our movement. Otherwise, I've got more important things to do. Don't be afraid to take a sign, or fill out a petition, or throw a bottle of urine at the overseer's office window. That's right, folks. Keep it chanting going.
I should be nice to you. You'll probably be my manager someday.
Reminder, domesticated raptidons are not pets. Please do not approach, feed, or scratch behind their venomous jaw frills.
Looks like we're about to have company of the unwanted kind. You've 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you. 4. 3. 2. Last chance. You've 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you.
schedule an appointment if you need to talk to me.
This unit detects chemical traces outside the parameters of typical solvents, cosmetics, lubricants, and artificial flavorings.
Don't cause trouble. I don't need the extra paperwork.
Emergency protocols ready.
Recharge for mayhem!
Either restore my life or avenge my death!
With agents' health needs. pods available at your request.
This unit is in need of assistance.
Resuming hostilities. Standing by with life support.